Okay, so what are we doing?
We're going to make some kind of cheesy pasta bake. When we had these a couple weeks ago with the Rayo's marinara, it reminded me of a kind of a potato texture. So I had an idea of making like a hash brown casserole. So what we're going to do is I got 2 cans of these. I soaked them into milk to get that earthy flavor taken out of them. I soaked them for about 45 minutes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to chop them up a little bit on the cutting board, throw them in a casserole dish with about 8 ounces of Velveeta cheese, some butter, and probably add some cheddar towards the end. That's 8 grams of carbohydrates for 8 ounces of Velveeta cheese. And of course, you know, there's 4 here.
Let's see the back here. And that is for 3 servings.
So by the time we're all said and done, it's probably going to be about maybe 3 or 4.
Because that's 2.
3 or
net.
4 grams per serving on what I'm hoping is going to be reminding me of a cheesy hash brown casserole.
And here are our rinsed palmini noodles. This here is 2 cans. So it's really a pretty decent amount in there. You definitely want to rinse them off. He did say that this is the first time we got them from the can. We've used them out of the pouch before. And out of the pouch, he soaked them in milk for about an hour and rinsed them off. The milk doesn't stay in it. It just helps get rid of that extra acidity, that earthiness, stuff like that. But in the can, since it's the first time we used them, he said he didn't really smell the earthy or anything like that until after he let them soak for about an hour. And then as he rinsed them off, you could smell the earthiness rinsing off. But after they're rinsed off, they don't have that smell. They're not going to have that flavor. They don't really taste like a whole lot of anything. But once you put whatever sauce on them or whatever you're going to mix them with, it takes on that flavor. So definitely you're going to want to rinse them off. And like I said, we soak them in milk, which is what we've heard to do. So that's what we've done for about an hour, and helps get rid of all that extra nastiness that really nobody wants. Okay, so what are you doing there, babe?
I'm just stretching these out a little bit, trying to straighten them out. And then I'm going to cut them in half so they're not so long, so it's not really like too long to
How long
eat.
is one of them?
They vary in size. I mean, here's a shorter one, here's a longer one, you know.
Yeah, so about half would be good.
I'm really hoping this is going to remind me of hash brown casserole, because look, I can take these right here, eat them. There's no flavor really, but it reminds me of like a potato noodle. It's got that crunch a little bit, so hopefully I'm just going to bake this long enough for everything to melt, and then it's going to be done. That's what I'm going to try anyway. So it's an experiment, but
Yeah, it's got a little bit of crunch to it. Not like crunch like a crunch, but that little bit of crispness in it without them being boiled. What we did last time when we made spaghetti is we boiled them for 10 minutes to give it more of the pasta texture. But it's almost a potato-y texture without boiling them. So we're hoping that's kind of the texture that we're going to get with doing them like this. So you're just arranging the cheese around there.
yeah.
You're going to kind of mix it up in there a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I got some pats of butter in here as well. Then I'll salt and pepper this a little bit before I put it in the oven.
What kind of cheese you're going to top it with to give it that little bit of crispness?
There isn't nothing else to top it with except for shredded cheddar, right?
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit of that. Kind of let it crisp up.
Yeah.
Give it that little bit of the topping, like the baked casserole would.
Yep.
With the potatoes. I think this is going to be good. Even if it's not like the potato casserole, it's still going to be good. Either way, we were just talking about doing the palmini noodles and doing them like a macaroni and cheese. Just boil them for the 10 minutes to give them that texture, and then mixing some Velveeta cheese in it. Velveeta cheese isn't terrible carb-wise. It's not really maybe the best, but, you know, so this is going to be really a low carb, not necessarily keto, like strict keto, but just more of the really low carb, and it's not going to kick you out of ketosis or anything like that by any means. Alrighty, here is our finished well, not finished, it's finished before it goes in the oven, finished. But here's what it looks like before it goes in, and when it comes out, we'll show you what that looks like. How long are you going to bake it?
I don't know. It's first time we've done it, so we'll figure it out. Maybe 30 minutes.
At about
375.
375. Alrighty. We'll be back in a minute. Alrighty, here's right out of the oven. It's got it all stirred up. How's it smell? I'm just smelling the ham.
Oh, that's terrible. You're not going to like it.
How does it taste good?
Yeah, it tastes really good.
Oh. Alrighty, so we're going to put some
salt and pepper and some cheddar cheese on top, and then we'll come back.
Alright, some pink Himalayan. Put that on there, some pepper and cheddar cheese.
Yep, then I'll brown that in the oven a little bit, make it a little gooey on top.
Okay, so we got some finely shredded, mild cheddar cheese on there. We got the pink Himalayan salt and some pepper. I'm going to put it back in, let it crust up just a little bit over the top, and then we'll see what we've got from there.
Oh, yeah.
Can hear it sizzling. That looks good. Got a nice little cheese crust going across there. Definitely going to have to wait a few to try and take a bite of this. Not sure if you can hear it, but it's definitely sizzling.
Alright guys, our little experiment here with this mock potato casserole is done. Smells really good, looks really good. Tastes really good. Not quite what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be more like a hash brown casserole. It's more like a cheesy pasta casserole, but it's definitely a hit. Definitely be playing with this ideal some more, maybe adding or taking new ingredients like peppers and ham or who knows what into this. The beautiful thing about keto, you can make it your own. Definitely give this a try. So all I can say is make it fun and make the keto work for you.